Start by looking at the modern meaning behind engagement rings. Once thought to symbolize eternal love and commitment, today's engagement rings are often seen as status symbols. The focus has shifted from the emotional bond between two people to the outward display of wealth and social standing. For many, the ring is less about the promise it represents and more about flaunting success and gaining validation from others. This change reflects broader cultural trends where appearances often outweigh genuine connection. As we move forward, keep in mind how these symbols have evolved and what they truly represent in today's society. Weddings today are frequently orchestrated as grand performances, designed to be shared and admired on social media. The ceremony, once a private and meaningful event, has become a stage for public validation, especially for brides. The emphasis is often on creating an Instagram-worthy spectacle, where every detail is curated for likes and admiration. This shift has led to weddings being less about the union of two people and more about the celebration of individual status. The pressure to impress can overshadow the true purpose of the event, turning it into a pursuit of fame rather than a celebration of love. Additionally, wedding vows were heartfelt promises exchanged between partners, symbolizing trust and lifelong commitment. However, in today's culture, vows are often crafted as marketing tools, designed to impress guests and followers rather than express genuine emotion. The sincerity of these words can be lost in the desire to create a memorable moment for the audience. This trend reflects a broader shift where the performance of love takes precedence over its substance. As vows become more about presentation, the true meaning behind them is often diluted, raising questions about the authenticity of modern commitments. Financial responsibility of weddings often falls heavily on men. From purchasing expensive engagement rings to funding lavish ceremonies, men are expected to shoulder significant costs. This expectation can turn the wedding into a financial performance, where the man's role is reduced to that of a provider rather than an equal partner. The focus on spending and spectacle can overshadow the importance of building a strong foundation for marriage. As a result, the true partnership that marriage is meant to represent is sometimes sidelined, with financial contributions taking center stage. In the midst of all the wedding fanfare, the actual marriage can become an afterthought. The excitement of the engagement and the spectacle of the wedding often overshadow the daily realities of married life. For some, marriage is treated as background noise, a routine that fades into insignificance once the celebration ends. This perspective undermines the long-term commitment and effort required to build a lasting relationship. It's important to recognize how easily the true meaning of marriage can be lost when the focus remains on appearances and short-term validation. Traditional expectation for men to be the primary financial supporters in marriage persists, even as other roles evolve. This dynamic often leaves men feeling like they are supporting a performance rather than participating in a true partnership. The imbalance can create resentment and strain, especially when their efforts are not equally matched or appreciated. Recognizing this pattern is crucial for understanding the challenges many men face in modern relationships, where financial support is expected but emotional partnership is not always reciprocated. Divorce is increasingly viewed as a strategic move, particularly benefiting women both financially and socially. In many cases, women initiate divorce with a clear understanding of the potential gains, whether it's financial settlements, custody advantages, or increased social status. This approach reframes divorce from a personal failure to a calculated step toward personal advancement. The societal narrative often supports and even praises women who make this choice, further incentivizing the strategic use of divorce as a means to an end. After divorce, single motherhood is often celebrated and socially rewarded. The narrative has shifted to praise women who navigate life independently, sometimes elevating their status above that of married women. This social approval can make single motherhood an attractive option, especially when combined with the financial and custody benefits gained through divorce. The result is a cultural environment where leaving a marriage is not only accepted but sometimes encouraged, further complicating the dynamics of modern relationships. Statistics show that women initiate the majority of divorces. This trend is often linked to the perceived benefits of ending a marriage, such as financial settlements and favorable custody arrangements. Many women approach divorce with a clear understanding of these advantages, making the decision less about relationship breakdown and more about personal gain. This reality challenges traditional views of marriage and highlights the need to reconsider the incentives and consequences built into the current system. Some divorce is not an unexpected outcome but a planned phase in life. The process is approached strategically, with careful consideration of the benefits and timing. This mindset transforms marriage from a lifelong commitment into a temporary arrangement, valued more for its potential rewards than its emotional significance. As divorce becomes normalized and even anticipated, the institution of marriage faces new challenges in maintaining its original purpose and meaning. Historically, men have been seen as builders and providers, while women are often portrayed as withdrawing and taking resources. This dynamic persists in many modern relationships where male labor supports the female lifestyle. The contributions of men are sometimes taken for granted, with their sacrifices overlooked or undervalued. Understanding this pattern is essential for recognizing the imbalances that can develop and the ways in which traditional roles continue to shape expectations and outcomes. Labor and effort men invest in relationships often become the foundation of the female partner's lifestyle. This dynamic can create a sense of imbalance, where one partner's hard work is used to support the other's comfort and desires. Over time, this can lead to resentment and a feeling of being taken advantage of. Recognizing this pattern is the first step toward building more equitable and mutually supportive relationships. Many modern relationships, love and affection are increasingly replaced by leverage and bargaining. Emotional intimacy, once the cornerstone of partnership, is now often used as a tool to gain advantages or concessions. This shift changes the nature of relationships, making them more transactional and less about genuine connection. When love becomes a means to an end, the foundation of trust and mutual respect can quickly erode. Intimacy and affection, which should be freely given and received, are sometimes transformed into bargaining tools within relationships. This approach turns what should be acts of love into transactions, where one partner offers affection in exchange for something they want. The result is a relationship dynamic that feels more like a negotiation than a partnership, undermining the sense of security and trust that is essential for lasting love. Men are increasingly described as bargaining chips in relationships, valued more for what they can provide than for who they are. This perspective reduces men to their utility, ignoring their emotional needs and individuality. When relationships become focused on what can be gained rather than mutual support, both partners lose out on the deeper connection that true partnership can offer. As the expectations placed on men continue to grow, their sacrifices are often met with ever-increasing demands. This cycle can lead to frustration and burnout, as men struggle to meet shifting standards without receiving equal appreciation or support. The imbalance in expectations and rewards creates a challenging environment for building healthy, lasting relationships. Society often rewards women who leave marriages, portraying them as strong and independent. This narrative can overshadow the complexities of divorce and the impact it has on all parties involved. By celebrating female exit, society may inadvertently encourage more women to view leaving as a positive and empowering choice, regardless of the circumstances. This trend has significant implications for how relationships are formed and maintained. Despite their efforts to save and sustain marriages, men's contributions are often overlooked or even blamed for relationship failures. This lack of appreciation can lead to feelings of isolation and resentment. When men's sacrifices go unrecognized, it becomes harder to foster mutual respect and understanding within the relationship. Addressing this imbalance is crucial for creating healthier partnerships. There's a growing warning against confusing superficial beauty with genuine loyalty. While cultural trends often prioritize appearance and validation, true partnership is built on trust and commitment. It's important to look beyond surface-level attractions and seek qualities that contribute to a lasting and meaningful relationship. This distinction is key to avoiding disappointment and building a strong foundation for the future. True femininity is often contrasted with the cultural trend of seeking constant validation. While modern culture may reward those who chase attention and approval, authentic femininity is rooted in self-assurance and genuine connection. Recognizing the difference between these approaches can help individuals make wiser choices in their relationships and avoid the pitfalls of superficial validation. Marriage has increasingly shifted from being a sacred covenant to a form of content for public consumption. The private aspects of relationships are now shared and judged by wider audiences, often for entertainment or validation. This transformation changes the way people approach marriage, prioritizing public perception over personal fulfillment. The consequences of this shift are far-reaching, affecting how couples interact and the expectations they bring to their union. Legal system often profits from the dissolution of marriages, with courts and lawyers benefiting financially from divorce proceedings. This reality can create incentives that prioritize conflict and prolong disputes, rather than encouraging resolution and healing. The financial interests of the system can sometimes overshadow the well-being of the individuals involved, making divorce a costly and emotionally draining process. Men often bear the brunt of suffering during divorce, facing financial losses, emotional distress, and social stigma. The process can be particularly challenging when their efforts and sacrifices throughout the marriage are disregarded. Understanding the unique challenges men face during divorce is essential for creating a more balanced and compassionate approach to relationship breakdowns. In light of these challenges, it's crucial for men to protect their legacy and future. This means being mindful of the risks involved in relationships and making choices that safeguard personal well-being and long-term goals. By prioritizing self-preservation and thoughtful decision-making, men can navigate the complexities of modern relationships with greater confidence and security. Selecting a partner who enriches your life rather than drains it is one of the most important decisions you can make. Look for qualities such as mutual respect, shared values, and emotional support. A strong partnership is built on trust, understanding, and a willingness to grow together. By focusing on these qualities, you can create a relationship that stands the test of time. Awareness of common relationship pitfalls can help you avoid unnecessary heartache. Be cautious of partners who view marriage as leverage or a means to an end. Instead, seek out those who value genuine connection and are committed to building a life together. By staying vigilant and prioritizing authenticity, you can protect yourself from disappointment and build a more fulfilling relationship. Focusing on your legacy rather than being used as leverage in a relationship is a powerful mindset shift. This approach encourages you to invest in your own growth and well-being rather than sacrificing for someone who may not reciprocate. By prioritizing your legacy, you ensure that your efforts contribute to lasting fulfillment and personal achievement. Mutual respect is the cornerstone of any successful relationship. Both partners should feel valued and appreciated for their contributions, whether financial, emotional, or practical. By fostering an environment of respect and understanding, couples can navigate challenges together and build a strong, lasting bond. Having shared goals and values is critical for long-term relationship success. When both partners are aligned in their vision for the future, it becomes easier to overcome obstacles and work toward common objectives. Take the time to discuss your aspirations and ensure you are on the same page before making major commitments. Emotional support is just as important as financial or practical contributions in a relationship. Being there for each other during difficult times strengthens the bond and builds trust. Prioritize open communication and empathy to ensure both partners feel heard and supported. It's important to recognize red flags early in a relationship. Signs such as manipulation, lack of appreciation, or viewing the relationship as a transaction should not be ignored. Addressing these issues early can prevent long-term disappointment and help you make better choices for your future. Healthy relationships are built on equality, trust, and mutual support. Both partners should contribute to the relationship in meaningful ways and neither should feel taken for granted. By striving for balance and fairness, couples can create a partnership that is both satisfying and sustainable. Open and honest communication is essential for resolving conflicts and building understanding. Make it a priority to discuss your feelings, expectations, and concerns with your partner. Effective communication helps prevent misunderstandings and strengthens the relationship over time. Taking the time to appreciate each other's efforts and sacrifices goes a long way in maintaining a healthy relationship. Simple gestures of gratitude and recognition can strengthen your bond and foster a positive environment. Make it a habit to acknowledge and celebrate each other's contributions. Establishing clear boundaries is important for maintaining respect and autonomy within a relationship. Boundaries help prevent resentment and ensure that both partners feel comfortable and secure. Discuss your needs and limits openly to create a healthy and respectful dynamic. Reflecting on past experiences can provide valuable insights for building better relationships in the future. Take the time to understand what worked and what didn't, and use those lessons to inform your choices moving forward. Growth and self-awareness are key to creating lasting happiness. Taking care of your own well-being is essential for being a good partner. Prioritize self-care, set healthy boundaries, and make time for activities that bring you joy. When you are happy and fulfilled, you are better equipped to contribute positively to your relationship. Trust is the foundation of any successful relationship. It takes time to build and can be easily broken. Be honest, reliable, and consistent in your actions to foster trust with your partner. A strong sense of trust creates security and allows your relationship to flourish. Encourage and support each other's personal growth and ambitions. Celebrate achievements and be there during setbacks. A relationship that fosters growth allows both partners to reach their full potential and strengthens the bond between them. Every relationship faces challenges, but facing them together makes you stronger. Approach difficulties as a team, communicate openly, and work toward solutions. Overcoming obstacles together builds resilience and deepens your connection. Take time to celebrate the milestones in your relationship, both big and small. Whether it's an anniversary, a shared achievement, or simply making it through a tough time, acknowledging these moments strengthens your bond and creates lasting memories. Maintaining your individuality within a relationship is important for long-term happiness. Stay true to your values, interests, and goals and encourage your partner to do the same. A healthy relationship allows both people to grow as individuals while supporting each other. Discussing and planning for the future together helps ensure that both partners are working toward common goals. Whether it's financial planning, career aspirations, or family decisions, being on the same page creates a sense of unity and direction. Change is inevitable in any relationship. Being adaptable and open to growth allows you to navigate life's transitions together. Embrace change as an opportunity to learn and strengthen your partnership rather than as a threat. Conclusion: navigating modern relationships requires wisdom, self-awareness, and a commitment to mutual respect. By understanding the challenges and opportunities presented by today's cultural landscape, you can make choices that protect your well-being and foster genuine connection. Remember, a wise man chooses a life partner who enriches his journey, not one who turns it into a performance. Build your legacy on trust, respect, and shared growth for a fulfilling and lasting partnership.